Good. So now the approach that we'll take into side lying is more of what generally we'll call soft tissue as opposed to mobilization. So kind of effleurage, petrissage, and I would like to do it with a revision of muscles, okay? So, we'll leave the forearms and the arms. We'll start with the deltoid, okay? So the deltoid muscle, I would like you to feel the spine of the scapula and the clavicle. So the deltoid starts from this area, and it attaches quite low into here, into this here. You would feel a kind of a sore place, okay? Next one is the trapezius muscle. So trapezius muscle this is this bulk, and it goes all the way to the occipital, suboccipital area, yeah, which is very important. One muscle I would like to concentrate on today is the scalene muscle. Yeah, have you heard about the scalene muscle? So if the neck is rounded, then the scalene is on the top. So they are here. Yeah, they're not. This is the erectospinae. So you need to feel the spine, erectospinae, then erectospinae finish, and that's included like few muscles in this group, including the trapezius, levator scapula, and then scalenes.
So where's the sternocleidomastoid?
Sternocleidomastoid is more superficial. Can you raise your head? Yeah. Do you see the sternocleidomastoid? Thank you. Yeah, good. And you can pinch it like that. So sternocleidomastoid start in front and end on the back. This is the end and starting point, while the scalenes just go here.
You mean next door to it? Kind of here.
They are deeper. You can still feel them. They're very short. And the way to do it, what I would like you to palpate, is to go and feel the spine, go and feel erectospinae, and then you go up, and then you kind of on the ridge, the top ridge of the vertebra. If you go forward, you're actually kind of falling, and you're supposed to feel the pulse of the carotid artery. Then you know it's here, backward a little bit. Yeah? Okay. The rest is we have the occipitofrontalis muscle, masseter. Yeah. Okay. So I've got a bit of oil. For that, you can ask permission for the client. Is it okay to take the strap down? You take the strap down. Yeah. And you start with some effleurage. I would say now that the aim in your effleurage, and that's a bit of difficulty, is to find how much effleurage you need to do, because it's all about timing. If the muscle is warm and the person is relaxed, move on. Yeah? You don't need to do the effleurage for a long time. Yeah? A few times, you see that they are fine, then start. Okay. Then, once you finish with the effleurage, you can start with petrissage. Now, what I do is a combination of shoulder stretch and petrissage. So I put it here, I move my body. You can do it with the base of your wrist. You can do that later on with a bit of knuckles. Yeah? See how much they need. I think that for that client is enough in here. I can use another hand. So the stretch really comes from my body. Yeah? Good. Quite easy. Yeah. Then I would like to massage all the muscles on the back of the neck. And a nice way to do it is just coming into sitting. Yeah. And really putting your hand in here. So what I feel, I'm on the spine now. I feel the spine, and I'm just going more above it. And if you see, do you see that I have a little bit of support of my wrist onto their cheek? Why do I do that? Why do I contact it? Stabilize. Stabilize, and it also, what it does, it reduces the lever. If I would do it here, there is a lever coming from here all the way to her neck, and that requires a lot harder work. If I reduce the lever, even partially, it's a lot easier. It's like trying to carry a big box far away from your body or closer away from your body. Okay? So, and then you can continue. Be sure that you're not on the ears. You can do the same thing on the sub-occipital area. Yeah? Extremely important. Sub-occipital area, very important. Yeah?
Yeah, that's a little bit too far.
Yeah, sorry. The next one you do the same thing, but now with a little bit of head movement. So you give them, what the head movement does is few things. First, you give their brain recognition if they are free or not. And that's quite important because a lot of the people don't feel that they are tight. So you do need them food for thought. Also, you mobilize a little bit the spine joint, yeah. But also, people have sometimes tendency to hold the muscles just when you're working on that. So they cannot do it when you're moving. They have to relax. Yeah. So do it first a little bit and see where do you need to put your hand. Is it here? That's easy, but coming back it's hard. So I need to be a little bit more there. Okay. Good. Once you're ready, you can then combine it with very easy, simple compression. So my right hand does just position and compressing.
So you're doing it just as one pressure, or you're kind of going in and out? With
A little bit in and out. Actually, they do the job of in and out for me, because I move. I move the head.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
It's actually deeper work this way than it is.
It is deeper work because, in a way, when you move the head backward, there is more. I can go more deep into it. Yeah. So you can do that here. You can do that also coming from the side. Yeah. And do the same thing now on the suboccipital area. You can do it either here with moving the shoulder or moving the head. In a way, it's not so much important what do you do, but how do you do it. If you give them a security and relaxation, and you assist them in improving their range of movement, and pressing on the muscle, that's really the basic of it, yeah?
If you've got someone with a shoulder issue...
If you want, just a second, yeah? You can then do it in standing, yeah? Now your hand can be on the opposite side. So you can do it here. Or you can do it, I start working on the erector spinae, on the erector spinae. Shoulder, upper trapezius. And guess what? Remember the point that she was jumping in, okay? Now I need to go slowly and easy and work onto that area. There are some tender point there that needs to be worked, but you identify them, yeah? Okay. So whatever you did last time, if you want to combine it with now soft tissue, for example, highly recommend working on the infraspinatus muscle.
Would you not want the client lying a bit closer to the edge?
You could. The question is how many times you would like to move them, and that's with the usual physiotherapist massage table, it's a lot narrower. That's the reason. It's 26 inches, 23 inches sometimes. Our table is 28 inches. So it always would bring, oh, I wish I would have a narrow table. Yeah? You see osteopath or physiotherapist, the table is narrow. Yeah? And it will always bring that. How many times do you want to move them? So sometimes I will get into that position because I don't want to move them too much. Yeah? Shall we move on a little bit? Are you okay, or do you want to try that only?
Move on.
Move on. Move on means
More technique.
more technique.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. Let's swap side, please. Okay. Now we work on the front of the body, and and the importance of it is as such. Most of us, the shoulder is protracted, means coming forward, right? So if you work only on the back, you still have not released or elongate these muscles. Which muscle would be tight and short here? Pectoral muscles, okay, good. So you need to really stretch them, yeah? So one way to stretch them is to put your hand on the spine and one hand here and just stretch that. Now, why I put the other hand on the spine? Because look what happened. If I don't, they are rolling, yeah? So if you want to stop it, either on the spine or on the shoulder, but leave the shoulder blade to be free. Free moving. Good. Do you feel the stretch in front? Yeah? Okay. Then you can start working with more petrissage. So you can do that on here or on the top. There is a nice groove here in front of the axilla. If you do that, do you feel the front of your axilla? That's the pectoralis major muscles, yeah?
You mentioned about insert and origin.
Yeah?
So is this a time where you kind of go to the next level and find out where the insert and origin?
Right, absolutely. So, for example, when you listen to this video, then go and try to see where is it. So you go, for example, onto the into the humerus and start in here. Yeah. Now I can see that it's quite tender for this client, so you need to be a little bit careful. And all you do, if it's in the right place, all you need to do is just 2 fingers there.
When you say you can feel it tender,
Actually, what I meant is that I see that it's tender for the client. Her face. Absolutely.
but what gives
A lot of it, according to my belief, is that a lot of it is down to the client. So it's not I feel tension, but I feel tenderness, which means that part of this tissue is sensitive for that client. Why it's sensitive? Overuse, too short, lactic acid and waste product, okay? So I don't say, okay, well, I want you to feel different. I may not feel any differences, but what I feel, what I see is that it's for the client, is a trial. It's difficult, it's painful, it's tender, okay? Next, what you can do the same stretch, but actually, no, I would not do that. You can do it with the knee. You actually put the knee around the spine and then bring it. But be careful that you are not on the spine, but if you can come and see, you're in between the spine and the scapula. You see my knee is in between the spine and the scapula. And what you do then is slowly, you can bring your elbow there and slowly stretch it. Very slow. However, you need to be really stable for yourself. So if you start moving now, it's not good. So, you know, just see if you are comfortable personally to do that. If not, then what you can do is that technique with your hand. It's a lot easier. Okay. Next one is working on the erectospinae. So you can, in erectospinae goes this way. And usually we're pressing on the erectospinae from the top, right? Well, this time, how about coming from the side? And you can do that. Let's swap. You can do that coming from here, from the front, and working your way side to side. Or reinforce fingers. Now, if you feel that there is tenderness, and actually I would say it differently, if you feel that the client have tenderness, yeah, then take your hands below the spine, yeah, and then mobilize it a little bit. Yeah, very simple. So you're using your spine as a hook, and you're mobilizing it. Don't really hook like that, but yeah.
Do you that
below the spine.
The spine below where you feel the tension?
Actually, you can do it
Above.
above it as well. Yeah. Or you can do it both. So basically 2 fingers. Yeah. So it's a light oscillation, but the reason I do that, it goes deep. Massage has something about it that even with a deep tissue, you maybe contact only these muscles, but can you really affect the joint? Not unless you're moving the joint. Yeah? So really start thinking a bit more about oscillation, moving. Who was that massage report of client with varicose veins and they do oscillation? Yeah, so oscillation. Varicose vein is contraindicated. Then oscillate that area. You know, they have muscle tightness. Oscillate it. It's an elegant way around it. Yeah. So repeating. Okay. Effleurage. Support your hand. Petrissage on the erectospinae. Going to the suboccipital area. Changing and doing pectoralis. Now we're going to the scalenes. Okay. Scalenes is basically the same thing. But now you're on the, so instead of being here, you're now on the side. Now, what do you think is precautions we have to take while working on the scalenes? The windpipe, so the trachea, the carotid artery. So the carotid artery is in front. Yeah, so you have to be careful not to slip into the front. So let's say this is the back of the vertebra, this is the top, and this is the front. You're coming from the back, and you go up, up, up. When you're feeling at the top, this is where scalenes are. If you start going down, go up back, because we don't want really anything deep there. Yeah. Now, are you going to feel something quite different? Most likely not. Most likely the scalenes are very thin and very small. However, they are important. Yeah. Anyone did some reading around the scalenes to know why they're so important? Okay. It's basically all the nerve that coming from the neck to the arm, they passing through. The scalenes are a group of 3 muscles. All the nerve from the spine go through the 2 muscles, the 2 scalene muscles, and I've said there are 3. Now, if this muscle is tight, you can have quite symptoms like pins and needles sometimes, yeah, and a lot of tension in the neck that associate with.
So could they feel referred feelings like in the arm or the
At
fingers
times.
while you are doing
Yeah.
the massage.
You can, but you don't know whether it's that or slip disc. So at times you need to work with someone to know. You can try. If they don't have really major symptoms, you can try. I think it's enough, right? Yeah? Okay. So I will come